I stopped chasing women once I knew this. My brothers, friends, and seekers of truth, there comes a moment in every man's life when he stands at the crossroads of his desires and his destiny. A moment where he must confront not the world outside, but the world within. This moment, my friends, is one of the most defining and liberating experiences a man can ever encounter. For years, I chased the illusion of happiness, the mirage of fulfillment, believing that love was something I needed to hunt down, capture, and possess. I was like a restless wanderer in a desert, thirsty and desperate, searching for an oasis in the shape of a woman's affection. But the more I chased, the more I felt like a shadow, following the fading light of the sun. Every encounter, every pursuit, left me hollow, as if I were grasping at smoke, watching it slip through my fingers. The harder I tried, the further I drifted from myself, losing sight of who I was, drowning in a sea of unmet expectations and unfulfilled dreams. And then, one day, the truth hit me like a tidal wave. It was as if the universe conspired to reveal a secret so profound, so simple, and yet so transformative. The truth that set me free. I stopped chasing women once I knew this. Love is not something you chase, it's something you attract. Let me say that again. Love is not a pursuit. It is a reflection. It is a mirror held up by the universe, reflecting the love you have for yourself. In that moment of clarity, I realized that all my life I had been looking for someone to fill a void within me, to validate my existence, to tell me I was enough. But how could anyone ever see my worth if I couldn't see it myself? How could I expect someone to love me when I hadn't truly embraced the man I was meant to be? I stopped. I stopped the chase. I turned inward, and what I found was a man who had forgotten his power, his purpose, his essence. I set out on a journey, not outward but inward. It was not a journey marked by miles traveled or places visited, but by the depths of my soul explored. I began to rebuild myself from the ground up, brick by brick, layer by layer. I took a hard look at the foundations of my life, the beliefs I held, the habits I cultivated, and the dreams I had long forgotten. I started to nurture my passions. I revisited the things that once made my heart race, the forgotten hobbies and interests that sparked joy and creativity. I picked up the guitar I hadn't touched in years, letting the music flow through my fingers once more. I dusted off old sketchbooks and began to draw, not for anyone else, but for the pure satisfaction of creating. I followed my dreams with a renewed sense of purpose. I set goals that resonated with my true desires, not the expectations others had placed upon me. I took risks, embraced challenges, and stepped out of my comfort zone, knowing that growth only comes from pushing past the familiar. I learned to stand tall in my truth. I stopped apologizing for who I was and started embracing my unique journey. I learned to speak my mind, to express my feelings openly, and to set boundaries that protected my peace. Most importantly, I learned to love myself, not in a superficial, ego-driven way, but deeply, authentically. I began to treat myself with kindness and compassion, acknowledging my flaws and celebrating my strengths. I practiced self-care, not as a luxury, but as a necessity, understanding that my well-being was the cornerstone of a fulfilled life. This journey inward transformed me. It allowed me to strip away the layers of pretense and societal conditioning, revealing the essence of who I truly was. I became more attuned to my needs, more aligned with my values, and more confident in my ability to navigate the world as my authentic self. I became the man who didn't need to chase because he knew his worth. I became the man who didn't need validation because he validated himself. I became the man who radiated confidence, strength, and peace, not because he was seeking attention, but because he had found his center. And as I stood firm in my newfound self, something magical happened. The right people, the right opportunities, and yes, the right love began to gravitate towards me. No longer was I the hunter, desperate and weary. I became the lighthouse, standing tall amidst the storm, drawing in the right ships with the light of my being. Brother, if you find yourself in the endless chase, if you feel the exhaustion of running after love, stop. Stop and turn inward. Discover who you are, what you love, and what you stand for. Build a life that reflects your deepest values, your highest aspirations. Because when you become the best version of yourself, love will find you. It will not be a chase, it will be a dance. A dance where you don't need to prove or pursue, but simply be. I stopped chasing women once I knew this. The greatest love you can ever give is the love you give yourself. And in that love you become irresistible, not because you seek attention, but because you embody it. Before you go, if you found this journey inspiring and want to walk alongside us as we explore more topics like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community and let's grow together. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this message. See you in the next video.